Hello everyone, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and Tay here, and today I'll be showing to you guys a tarot that I sat on proverbially because it's more that the tab was sitting in my phone for quite some time. I kept on going back and forth, looking at it, not quite going and buying it, and then I'm going to say maybe a couple months, well, last month or maybe the month before, I finally did it. And mind you, it has everything that I like, that my eyes are attracted to, which is crystals, such as you can see here. Shiny, pretty crystals. Hollow there. Speaking of hollow, this is an aura, I think it's an aura amethyst. Is it aura amethyst? Yeah, I think it's an aura amethyst. Yeah, so it combines crystals, it combines tarot, it combines halo and shininess. How come it took me over a month to hit buy? I don't know, but I finally did it and I'm glad that I did. You see by the title up there what it is. It's from Moonstruck Crystal, but I didn't take it out of the box yet because I just wanted to show just how nice the box was when it came in. I'm just gonna show like all sides -1 because the other side has my shipping label and stuff. But isn't that such a really nice box? It's definitely one of the top shipping packages, very much up there. But in any case, like I mentioned, the tarot in question is the Moonstruck Tarot, and when you go inside, I mean, you know what it's all about. I think that halo is like throwing off my camera right now, but it is super nice. Ooh, and I'm knocking my camera over. The inside, you have those little crinkly, I don't know what to call them, shipping crinkles? What do we call them? Shipping shavings. I think these are the 2020's equivalent to the shipping peanuts. If anyone remembers the packing peanuts, I think these are the modern version of this. So without further ado, let's just get right in there inside through the shipping shavings. I just don't want to toss it all over the place because it kind of takes a little bit forever to get there. And oh my gosh, this is so cute. Look, it has a little package. I don't remember ordering anything else other than the deck, but let's see what's in there. It has a little pouch that says Moonstruck Magic. And then if I go more inside of the shipping shavings, we have the deck. Oh, it's an explosion of hollow and aesthetic and prettiness. I am loving this. Let me just pick this up and put this away. All right. So here we are, the Moonstruck Tarot. It's a 78 card tarot deck and comes with a guidebook. This tarot was published in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. And it was produced by Kara Pavlik, the art. And it's from Moonstruck Crystal. Here at the back, you can see the website, where to go. And let's just kind of go ahead and read. Combine the intuitive wisdom of tarot with the energetic and healing properties of crystal with Crystalstruck Tarot. This hand-illustrated 78 card deck uses a traditional tarot format with a unique crystal twist. Each card is printed with holographic gold foil, along with a vibrant holographic starstruck edge. This deck is ideal for beginners learning to read tarot, as well as advanced readers looking to add crystals properties to their readings. So just by reading this description and look at this, you can tell why it struck my fancy. Hollow, golden, crystals, tarot. I mean, you're pretty much set. So let's just see what was included with this. This is a really nice pouch, by the way. All right. Ooh. Oh, this is really cute. Okay, so I got a moon crystal, which looks like it could be a clear quartz. Just looking at it real quick. So cute. And I got a sticker. And also got a thank you card. with the socials on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And I have to say, whoop, wow, this card really wanted to be out. I have to say also, if when you go on their on the Crystalstruck website, they have so many cute things. I was tempted to buy a few things myself, but I don't know how I made it out of that website buying just the tarot, truthfully, because I would have came out probably with like the bookmarks, stickers, maybe like I would have kind of come out of there with a few things, but somehow, some way, my basket only had the tarot, which is good for me, really, because sometimes I have to watch myself. So let's open up this package. So the tarot comes in a 2-piece box, as you can see. It has a little thumb marks and has hollow, shinies. I also do like this, it's almost like a cosmos purple going on. Or yeah, like it has like a little cloudy type of thing going on. Like it looks like a night sky or like space, but in purple, which again, very much like. So let's open this. Apparently I have no friction. I cannot have a good hold. What's going on? Okay. There we go. All right. Inside is plain, but that's okay. Here we have the booklet. So let's see how it looks like inside. It is simple. Okay, does it have, and it has a little table of content. Okay, so let's put this aside. And then, is there anything else on the other side? Ooh, the magic is in you. How nice. The cards are shrink wrapped. And first off, before I fight with the shrink wrap, look at this. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Bling, bling, sparkle, sparkle. Oh, it makes me happy. Yes, I just like my sweet tooth, something that is sweet to my eyes. I am all over this. Look at this. I could have sworn I picked up all these little crinkles and it's still there. Okay, so let me just go and get that opened up. For some reason, I can never get that proper, but that's okay. All right. Now that we cracked it open and we've already drooled all over the edges, which are golden with a just like star prints, starbursts all over. Like, this is really fun. And just by the touch, I can feel the foil going on. So the cards are larger than standard tarot cards. Just handling the cards, I can feel the golden foil that does a little hollow. Same kind of purpley space, like, yeah, I don't know what, like space skyline type of thing. With a nice hollow. I do not remember the specifics exactly of the cards, but it does feel like it will have a good handle on them. It's matte. It's matte plain. Like, it doesn't seem to have any sort of it doesn't have any sort of rose petalish or whatever else going on there. And the cards are reversible. Well, they would be reversible. So let me correct that. They would be reversible, save for that Crystalstruck Tarot that's at the bottom there, which make it so you would know what's up and what's down. It may bug you if you like to physically flip your cards over, but if you can ignore it, then, you know, you won't necessarily know it, except if you're the type to spread your cards out, and then, yeah, you'll see it. Okay, so let's take a look already. Oh, this is so nice. I already know I'm gonna like it. And you can tell I'm gonna like it because I'm singing for absolutely no reason. I'm sorry, guys. So let's zoom in. Okay, so we can take a nice good look at each card and the crystal association. I'm curious to see all of them and just what, and then when we get in the guidebook, how it's going to look like. So let's start with the Fool. And as you can tell, the art style is, I want to kind of, I want to call it like an abstract, like a fancy abstract. So if you know, for example, soul cards or threads of fate or things like that, where it's like just simple lines, nothing much going on in the background, symbolic, like this is what's going on a little bit. You have like, you know, little decorations going on the sides there, but for the things itself, it's not a person, it's not a thing, it's really a little thing going on there, and the crystal. So here you could think of the hand of the Fool in the Rider-Waite-Smith that's holding that white lily, I think it is, or a white rose. So instead of a rose here, it's holding a flower of aragonite. So let me just not speak too much again. Got the Magician. High Priestess. The Empress. The Emperor. The Hierophant. The Lovers. Rose Quartz. Almost, I feel like Rose Quartz is like a no-brainer for this card. Let me just kind of tilt it over so you can appreciate the hollow going on here. So the Chariot. You got Strength. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice. I think this is nicely done for Amatron. And then the Hanged One or the Hangman. Howlite. I like the touch of a pendulum, just to kind of to illustrate the point or the name of the card. Death. Temperance. The Devil. I'm curious how the association for the Devil and Labradorite. We got the Tower. The Star. The Moon. I like here the little details, the waves here. Because I have to say, the moon is looking a little bit like the sun because of the starburst going on there, the rays. But you do see the moon going on there. But just looking real quick, you might think the sun. Let's look at the sun. Here we are. Judgment. And the World. Moss Agate. Yeah, the look of Moss Agate could kind of look like a earth. But there's another one. What's the name of the other one? Ocean Jasper, maybe I'm thinking of. Which, when I look at it, it kind of reminds me of just kind of oceans and things like that going on. So now we're in the minors. This is the cups. And now we are with the Blue Tiger Eyes. I'm wondering, just like that, just before I go more into it, I'm wondering if all the crystals in the cups are going to be blue or something watery. Two of Cups. Okay, emerald is green, so that kind of answers my question. There, turquoise. Now I don't know if the hollow is kind of taken away from the blue of it, but it is blue. Four of Cups. I haven't heard of Alexandrite. Aquamarine. Tangerine quartz. And then Seven of Cups. And then Eight of Cups. Aqua Aura quartz. I wonder what's the difference with the other quartz. Then Nine of Cups, speaking of ocean jasper. And then 10 of Cups. Ooh, look at this pretty opal look illustration for the Page of Cups. I know it seems like it captures pretty nicely how an opal looks like when it catches the light just right. I like it. Never heard of Vanadinite for the Knight of Cups. Ooh, I do have some Larimar. And then King of Cups. Now we are with the swords. It's a nice Ace of Swords. I do like it. Now we got the Two of Swords. Now, as you can see, going through the minors, here's the three. It's pippish. Now, the Three of Swords has always been rather simple, we have to say. But it's a little bit pippish in terms of the minors, but personally, I don't mind it. Here's a Five of Swords. Especially since the point of attraction is not so much what's going on in the scene, but the crystal itself. So it works. And it's not as if the pips are just kind of one next to the other. There is some sort of activity, to call it that, going on. Got a 6. And the Seven of Swords. Oh, I think this is the first silhouette of a person I've seen in the minor in a bit. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. Ten of Swords. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. Angelite for the Queen of Swords. And then the King of Swords. And we got the Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. And Six of Pentacles. I think Malachite is well placed for that card. Then Seven. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. With the little bird I would see with the lady in the card. Then 10 of Pentacles. Here comes the page. And then the Knight. Oh, I just noticed their towers. Then the Queen. And then Bloodstone for the King of Pentacles. Interesting. I'm very curious to get into the guidebook to see what they say about each of these crystals for these cards. Now we're in the Wands. Finally, the last one to go through. This one kind of, I don't know if it's because I've recently watched it or I was recently reading about it, but it's giving me Sailor Moon vibes. I think it's because I was recently like reading it or looking at something related to Sailor Moon. I think that's why it's kind of jumping to my mind like this. And now I think that's all I'm gonna see, which is awesome. The Two of Wands. Then the Three. There's like, I don't know, is it like a desert landscape or interesting? Now 4. Five of Wands. I would like a Septarian egg. I find them, they look so cool. I find they're so interesting to look at. I would like one of them if I can, one of these days. An agate. This, I don't know, I'm looking at them and some of them are looking like pretty realistic. Almost like it's I don't know, a glossy thing going on, but it's all matte, as you can see. Seven of Wands. Then Eight of Wands. Astrophyllite. Yeah, Phyllite. Man, some of these names, never ever heard of them. Nine of Wands. Ten of Wands. Ooh, I do have a Caribbean calcite. They're so pretty. Every time I look at them, it makes me think of pretty much like it says, like a piece of the sea in the Caribbean. Then the Page. Okay, that is so like Sailor Moon or something. To me. Then the Knight. Queen of Wands. And then finally, we have the King of Wands. Hold on. Seems, wasn't there another one of these? Yeah. the Knight of Wands wand is, I mean, identical, save for the little the top embellishment. But yeah, it was just something I noticed while looking. Okay, here we are. We are now done with the flip through, and it is looking pretty good and pretty cool. The card, like, it looks like a thick deck, but I think it's just the cardstock itself that's on the thick side. So without further ado, you know the drill. Let's split, shuffle, and pick one major and one minor, and see how does the little white black booklets stack up, and what kind of information we'll find. So also on the website, the creator mentions that there are some elements in that, I don't know if it's the deck itself, other than the, like, of course the illustration, those were done by them, but there was a note also that some of these elements were handmade on the card, and I couldn't find what it was, whether it had to do with the edges or the illustration or whatever. But for something nice like that, just shuffling it right now, no issue, hand over hand shuffle. Why does it keep on slipping? What's going on? What are y'all trying to tell me here? It's nice to shuffle, no problem. It is large, I will say that. So if you have smaller hands, do be aware. So you'll probably have to go a side-by-side type of thing, like this, which is doable. Those with larger hands, it's a good hand stretching exercise, I'll say it like that. But do be careful not to press too hard on the side so that you don't overbend on the card. So let's see what card we can have. One major and one minor. I don't know. An introduction. How about that? Introductory card. And I will also note that I'm definitely smelling like new card smell. I'm shuffling and it's just kind of wafting. I don't mind it. I like sniffing books. So I like sniffing new books. So to me, it's fine and dandy. But if you're a little bit more sensitive to new paper smell, new card smell, it's not, to me, it's not unpleasant. It's nothing terrible or like offensive. But that is something also to note. If you could please introduce yourself into cards, that would be great. Thank you. So I don't have to shuffle for 5 minutes and then I have to end up pausing this thing. But it is enjoyable. I will say it's enjoyable to shuffle. Even though they're large, I'm enjoying it quite. Okay. If I get nothing, I will cut and pick. No, it wasn't that one. Oh, something flipped. Something flipped. Let's go get it. We got a second of wands. And then one major. Oh, is there a major in there somewhere? No. Queen of Wands and Six of Cups. Okay, we'll reminisce and be more confident later. Just one major, please. Okay, let's cut. Darn. The king came. All right, let's flip until we find. There we go, the moon. Perfect. Okay. So, booklet. Come to me. So like we mentioned, here is the booklet. Small, it's not monotone, it's two-tone. So you'll just have the contents over here. We have introductions, and then just a little background information on the minor arcana. Even a little bit, a very small thing about number-wise, the numerology. Then following that, the major arcana crystal correspondence again. So now we'll start actually in the way they appear. So we'll start with the Seven of Wands here, which probably will be towards the end. I have to say that it's kind of thick. The pages are kind of thick feeling, or maybe it's just the cover, and it's a little bit glossy. See, let's see, number 7. There we are, number 7. Let's get close. So 7 of Wands, as we see, it is the Dalmatian jasper. See how it hollows on our eyes. Here it says struggle, challenge, perseverance. And then Dalmatian jasper, strength, control, self-confidence. Stand your ground. This card is all about standing up for yourself and asserting yourself. You may be being challenged by others. Wait, hold on. Does this sentence make sense? You may be being challenged by others who want to see you fail right now. Draw upon your self-confidence and overcome this obstacle. You may be challenged, right? It's not you may be being challenged. I feel like I think there's a typo there. So just a few paragraph. One about the card itself, a few keyword about the stone, and yeah, stand your ground. This card is all about standing up for yourself. I mean, generally, yeah, it matches the sense of the card. Now let's go to the moon. Here it is. Here's a look at the moon. It's a pretty card. It's very pretty to look at. The moon. So for the moon, it says illusions, intuition, fear. And for amethyst, intuition, healing, calmness. The moon can symbolize uncertainty and illusion. You may be taking a path that you are unsure of, or someone is hiding their true selves. The light of the moon helps you to think clearly, trust your intuition to help you guide you through the darkness. Yeah, again, matches how I associate the moon. I have to say, like, in the first when I first started reading, I was like, wait, uncertainty and illusion. I'm like, I don't always jump to that conclusion, but okay. But by the end, I was all right with it. And having read those two cards, and even if I go to the Queen of Wands, let me go to the Queen of Wands because it did go out. I have the feeling that how it's set up is that the crystal that is associated with the card is there to help you, or to help the card help you. You know, however you want to see it. Whatever the interpretation, this stone is there to help you, kind of either support you, help you, things like that. That's the feeling I get from it. Let me see the Queen, what it said. Oh, right there. So the Queen, whoop whoop whoop. The Queen, confidence, courage, upbeat. And then apophyllite, uplifting, insight, cleansing. The Queen of Wands depicts someone who is wise and social, has keen insight, intuition, and uplifting energy. When this card appears, you may be called to embody these qualities. Don't be afraid to express yourself and your creativity. Put yourself out there and make connections to live out your creative visions and life purpose. You have so much to offer, so shine your light brightly. So yeah, so you see here, like the Queen of Wands, I see her as someone, you know, confident and has like courageous and things like that, like can confidently get into situations and, you know, speaks what she has to speak, do what she needs to do. And then it seems like this apophyllite is to support and uphold this. In the Moon, for the Moon, where it talked about illusions and, you know, something not being what it seemed, this amethyst is there to like calm. Like if you're going through a situation where you're like, oh my gosh, things are uncertain, blah blah blah, well, this amethyst is kind of like supporting you. It's kind of soothing you. So I'm liking these associations. My words, my mouth, I promise I can speak. So in conclusion, the Crystalstruck Tarot, I very much like it. Just on aesthetic or presentation wise, it's like what, a 10 out of 10, 5 out of, like, it's up there. It's top marks. It's beautiful. The images, the design. Yes, it's the art itself. It's like I mentioned, it's minimalist, but it's minimalist but not strictly. It's not a strict minimalist. You know, there's like the minimalist where it's really, you have like the bear symbol. It's pretty stark and then almost clinical. Like this one is not there. Yes, it's just simple lines. There's no background going on. Well, except for, you know, the frame situation going on here. It almost looks like those theater curtains, you know, in the cartoons or shows where they had the theater curtains while like something was playing. So it's kind of like that to me. But the symbols that they pick are symbols that you can see their source in the I'm gonna call it original Rider-Waite-Smith, just to say it. The standard here, standard Rider-Waite-Smith, or original, however you want to call it. You know, there are things that you know, like their temperance. I mean, usually there would be a person that would be doing the pouring, but it works and it matches. Again, the hollow touches, I don't know how many times to say it. It's very nice, very pretty. I was intrigued to see how the crystals would stack up with each card, but the way that I explained it earlier, basically it seems to be there to support, to amplify. I would say like the better, I mean, when the card is more positive, it's going to amplify that part. If it's something maybe a little bit more difficult, challenging, then it's going to support you either by uplifting or soothing, calming. I would have to read the booklet to confirm, but this is the current theory that I have right now about it. And I like that. This is definitely a card, just the way that explained also in the booklet, the way that it explained. I do see it as something, you know, for beginners. If maybe someone were into crystals and they're moving to tarot, or just they happen to like crystals, or without necessarily having crystals on hand, you know, or they like this general aesthetics. I think that would be yeah, I think that would be a deck for them. Do keeping in mind that if you are looking at outside sources for more knowledge or more tidbits about each card, especially if they have pictures of the standard Rider-Waite-Smith, then you might get lost, especially since the minors are a little bit more on the pippish side. It doesn't necessarily show the minor scenes like we can see in a Rider-Waite-Smith type deck. But that's okay. For me personally, I don't mind pips, and I find them nicely arranged. They're not too boring to say that. Like, it's not just like lined up or doing whatever. Uh, Also, in terms of the cardstock, I do like the cardstock. The edges, again, I mean, well, now you won't see necessarily the stars because I've shuffled them, but so it's kind of the shame. That's the shame of the thing. You know, it has like the pretty stars, but the minute you shuffle, you won't necessarily have those stars no more. You're just gonna have like little flecks of extra shine. But you know, it's okay. It's fine. It's not the end of the world, really. The cards themselves, like I mentioned, beautiful. They're really nice to the touch. The only thing maybe, if I need to nitpick on something, it would be just that here. The name of the deck being a large, well, it's almost like US Game. You know how US Game has like their little like logo somewhere hidden either at the front or the back of the card sometimes? It's like, I don't know, maybe if it was smaller somewhere, or maybe if it was duplicated, then it would be really you can flip it, it doesn't matter. So I mean, I do know people that like if there's something that's not exactly symmetrical, it's gonna bother them and they're gonna know it's reversed from the get-go. And I mean, there's no easy way of trying to trick, other than trying to trick your brain or trying to ignore it as you're shuffling it. But that's the one thing maybe to nitpick. And even then, it's not necessarily a nitpick, because then, you know, sometimes in the group I'm in, sometimes we put pictures and we're like, hey, does anyone know what this deck is? I'm trying to look for it anywhere, and it's just a picture. We see the back of the card, we see the front of the card, and we're like 3-4 people trying to search the internet, trying to figure out what's the name of the deck. At least here, there's no way of not knowing what it is. It's right there. So as much as I nitpick on it, it makes life easier for those that would be curious. Oh, look at that. It fell right on the strength. It does make it easier for those, maybe if they happen to see a screenshot or a video somewhere of the card, just wait for the back of the card and then just, you know, knock yourself out and find the deck by itself. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say for the deck, because that is definitely a deck that I'm happy to have gotten after all this time of kind of, I don't know, procrastinating the purchase. I don't know why I was procrastinating, really. This deck, how I could definitely see me just either pulling like a daily card, and if I happen to have the stone with me, just, you know, putting it in my pocket, especially if it's something I don't know, like I'm preparing for something stressful or an event, or hey, like, you know, something to support me with this, and then you just pull a couple cards, and then if I have the stones, you know, just pocketing them, putting them wherever I want to. Also, if you don't have the stone, I imagine that they could act as proxy if there's something, maybe for those of you who like to do spells that use stones and you don't necessarily have them. I could imagine this being used as proxy. I don't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, the energies and the meanings of the stones are still there, so I don't see why it couldn't be used as that. And also, I mean, crystal and tarot lovers, you'll definitely, if you want to use it every day for any questions, yeah, definitely that. I think, yeah, but for myself, I definitely for something situational, something I'm going through, I can see myself going like, all right, I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know, things are stressful at work, or am I gonna be able to finish this project? And then boom, 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 you pull like however many cards you feel like. Oh, I happen to have, I don't know, malachite. I'm throwing this out there. Grab my malachite and then just kind of keep that energy on hand throughout the day. Or yeah, all those types of questions. And now I will stop rambling on because it's been 45 minutes. So anyways, this is the Crystalstruck Tarot, a very beautiful deck that was created, once again, let me just remember the name here. It was created by Kara Pavlik. I will put the link in the description box for the website where you can get it. Also, another kind of nota bene, or like a little side note, there are times when the deck gets out of stock. Currently, when I last checked, it is on stock, and this is as of beginning of May. So we're May 7th. Yes, we are May 7th. I checked the website today. There are still cards on stock. So if you're looking to get it, it's there ready for you. But if it's not, then they'll put a note when the next batch should be coming, and then after that it's just a question of watching it. So with all that being said, thank you so much for spending some time with me to take a look at the Crystalstruck Tarot. Let me know what you think about this deck. How would you use it in your practice? And let me know that too. Could these cards be used as a proxy if you're doing a spell or any sort of ritual involving crystal and you do not have the physical stone with you? Let me know in the comment section down below, down there. Boop, boop. And until next time, thank you so much for spending this time with me again. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.